Hello, my name is Jennifer Nguyen, and I work with Sarah Mustafa and Tariq Fletcher to implement the 15 puzzle game. So this is a team structure that we followed. So Sarah Mustafa led the charge on the programming. She had put up the underlying structure of the game as well as the logic and the pictures for the game. And therefore she is also the designer, the main designer. So I'm also the leader as I coordinate the efforts. I make sure everyone's on track, that we all need to do what we need to do. And Tariq and I also did programming and testing as well as we implemented the extra features such as the extra pictures, the moving several pieces at once, and Tariq was also the one who put together the video. So the objectives and challenges that we have would be to create an engaging and functional 15 puzzle game, one where users can have fun playing the puzzle, one that's easy to work with, and we integrated the DevOps methodology to be able to test out our game and code our extra features quickly and efficiently as possible, and to be able to coordinate our efforts in making this big project. Some of the challenges we faced were obviously bugs, as no code will work perfectly on the first try. So we had to constantly do a bunch of testing and debugging to make sure our code runs as smoothly as possible. And logic implementation was also a challenge, as when we try to add extra features, sometimes it might disable some other features that were previously working. And then the UI UX design, it is pretty much difficult to try to figure out how to make this as engaging as possible, and making it render correctly and aesthetically.
Introduction. 15 puzzle is an engaging tile-based puzzle where the goal is to rearrange numbered tiles into numerical orders. Each move involves sliding tile into the empty space, progressively solving the puzzle. Collaboration of technology. We seamlessly integrated HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for cohesiveness and dynamic user experience. Efficiency and simplicity. We leverage the strengths of each technology to create an efficient, responsive, and visually appealing puzzle game. Tech stack. We use HTML, was used for creating the structural foundation of the 15 puzzle game, defines the layout and arrangement of elements on the web page. We use CSS for styling and visual presentation of the game interface. Also to define the colors, fonts, and overall aesthetic of the puzzle. JavaScript was utilized for implementing interactive game mechanics, powers the shuffling of the tile, and facilitates user interaction. First, we have game initialization. Setting up the initial puzzle board. The game starts by setting up the initial configuration of the puzzle board. Tiles are arranged in numerical order with one tile missing. Displaying the background image. Selected background image is applied to create a visually engaging puzzle board. In this project, the background image is applied to all tiles for cohesiveness look. And this is a code to initialize the game. Second, shuffling the puzzle. Algorithm for randomizing the puzzle. The game incorporates a shuffling mechanism to create a randomized starting position. A loop iterates through the set number of shuffling steps, ensuring a well-mixed puzzle. Ensuring solvability. The shuffling algorithm is designed to generate the puzzle remains solvable. The puzzle is shuffled by making valid moves, maintaining solvability conditions. The shuffleboard function randomizes the puzzle configuration. A set of number random valid moves are made to shuffle the tiles. The display is updated to reflect the new shuffle state. And this is the code to shuffle the puzzle. Displaying the puzzle. Displaying the shuffled puzzle, the display board function renders the shuffled puzzle on the user interface. It dynamically creates the HTML elements representing each tile and updates their position based on the shuffled configuration. Interactive clickable tile. Clickable tiles are determined by the valid moves from the empty space. These tiles are visibly highlighted and made interactive, allowing players to make a valid moves by clicking. And this is displaying the puzzle code. User interaction. The game enables user interactions through tile clicking. Each click swipes the click tile with the adjacent empty space. User moves are tracked to monitor progress and determine when the puzzle is solved. User moves. The user interacts with the game by clicking on the clickable tile to make moves. Clicks events are handled by the swap piece function. The swap piece function is called when the clickable tile is clicked. Swaps the function tile with the empty tile. Increments moves variable. Calls the display board function to update the game board. And this is the code for the swap piece. And this is a code summary. The 15 puzzle game implemented successfully using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The game provides an interactive and visually appealing experience for the users. The project combines HTML for structure, CSS for styling, and JavaScript for interactivity. The initialized game function set up the initial puzzle board, and the shuffle board randomized the puzzle for new game. User interactions are handled by the swap piece function, which swap tiles and update the board, and the display board function renders the shuffle puzzle on the UI, making it clickable, tiles interactive.
So we use the DevOps methodology to help ship out our code and build and plan and do the testing and the designing. So when it comes to the development, we planned out what code, how our code should look, all the logic and the structure, and then we then code up our project, and we put all the different pieces together to see how they interact with each other, and we're constantly testing and iterating as we go along. And so with the testing, we are always testing our code with every little feature that we put in. With this constant testing, it helps us to eliminate different bugs that will happen. And DevOps has also enhanced collaboration for us, as each person gets a role that we're assigned to, and more so I'm more so on the operations side, right, while Sarah is on the development team, and Tariq does a bit of both. And so we get to have faster development as we get to follow organized structure, and our workflow became much more smoother. And with that, the number of bugs that we have are reduced. With the testing, we tested it on multiple platforms, so we got to see if it could work on mobile, if it could work in different browsers such as Google Chrome or Firefox, Microsoft Edge, or the Brave browser. So there were several bugs that were coming up. So we managed to fix images not rendering when we select from the menu bar which image we want to display in the puzzle. When we tried to add animations, the game was frozen. Like, there was no movement, there was no shuffling. So, in the end, we managed to fix that, and so tiles get to expand when hovered over. And then when I first added music, the music actually did not start. As it turns out, web browsers do not really want to render MP3 files. So after changing it to the WAV file, that was fixed. Once I press the shuffle button. And then we consider UI UX principles. We went with a good amount of simplicity. So that we have a cohesive look, that it's readable, and that we also use the CRAP design principles as well to make sure that our design is cohesive. And so let me see. We are going to now move forward to the demo. So here we are at the 15 puzzle. And so far, let's refresh. Great. And so our background images get to randomize. As we refresh the page, we can also go ahead and select the different background images. Okay, and so let's see. Okay, so we have a good number of images, although I realize the flower image probably needed to be larger, because honestly it does look scrambled. So I should probably pick a different image and replace flower. Okay, and so let's start. So we get to have an adrenaline pumping music. Okay, and so let's see our features. So that was very energetic. Unfortunately, the timer um doesn't really start when we move the puzzle. So eventually, these two features will be fixed when we release it. However, the movable pieces are basically um highlightable. So if they're in the same row or column as the empty space, they're movable. So I can just move multiple pieces all at once. If they can't move, they are not going to be highlighted. So I get to solve the puzzle much faster. And we get to basically shuffle the puzzle any configuration we want. And I will skip and fast forward to solving the 15 puzzle. Actually, I cannot solve it. Anyways, when you complete the puzzle, the window notification will come up.
Hey guys, my name is Tariq Fletcher. I was one of the programmers and one of the testers for this project. Jennifer and Sarah, they already talked about a large portion of this project. I just want to go over some questions, concerns, some of the troubleshooting errors that we had, and ways we can improve and what to make of this project. So, what were some of the features that were difficult to add or couldn't add? Well, I tried to install one of the four features that we wanted to put in here was the cheat option, the cheat button. It would have gone directly under the shuffle. That was extremely complicated for me to work on. I don't really understand. I never really figured it out. There was ways where I could generate where the button would be functional and it would like reset the for it would reset the puzzle back to its original format. But we wanted to do it in like a nice aesthetic way to where it could retrace the steps and go all the way back, or the program can like solve it itself like it's like some sort of AI, and it'll go from like one to it'll basically like reset all the way back. That really didn't work out. We really couldn't figure out like the right algorithm to use, or like even like the right functions. It was really difficult, and I'm really interested to see like maybe you could give feedback as to how we could have done this. One of the other features that we added in, or that we actually did get to add in, was the multiple different background images. We have Mario, Taylor Swift, the flower. Um, yeah, so we were able to add in these features. One of the errors that would pop up when we were trying to do it is the whole image itself. It wouldn't just take up the puzzle, but it would actually take up like the entire web page, and the puzzle just wouldn't be functional. Let me see. We were able to actually go in and use the function. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, just we were able to go back in and find the function change background. Um and we were able to fix it using that function and loop statements. Um but along with that, the overall assessment of this project, so this was actually a really cool project. I feel like we were able to actually really put our programming skills to use. Um, this did take a lot of work, and we didn't really get like the product that I wish we could have gotten, especially with that cheat button. But this was really fun. Using JavaScript is really interesting, and it can really like make your projects a whole lot cooler than they actually are, or than they actually like were before on the other projects we were doing. But yeah, I mean, it really shows like how little like we really do know about like JavaScript, and I'm really interested to see like what type of ways we can continue to use JavaScript in the final project. But yeah.